Welcome to Summa Cum Laude AP Biology. This is Matthew Lee, and this is the first video of the entire course series, Theme 1, Part 1, Course Introduction. So who is Matthew Lee? As you can see in the circle here, I'm a junior at Daegu International School. I'm a student myself, and as a student, I received a perfect score of 5 on AP Biology and a perfect score of 800 on the SAT-2 Biology Molecular Exam. And these hectic list of awards just briefly describes my major accomplishments in the field of um, biomedical research or biomedical engineering. So as a student myself, I can say that I have some decent academic experience in the field of biology, as well as some extracurricular achievements as well, which will allow me to deliver the topic of biology in depth and with some perspective as a student as well. So as I mentioned, I always take students' perspective, meaning that if there's a problem that makes a lot of students struggle, this means that I understand why that is happening and how to go about it. And I'll teach you the concepts that actually matter. AP Biology, although I'll explain it later, there's a total of 8 big units. And I see a lot of students just memorizing things that just doesn't matter. That College Board explicitly mentioned that they would no longer test the students on. So I'll try my best to emphasize the contents that actually matter in terms of mastering AP Biology. And I'm here to ensure that everyone feels safe about their GPA in terms of managing their grades and as well as AP. So I'll teach you the relevant details and techniques as well. And myself being a student, I also know how the College Board and the teachers will be testing you on. I know how they will use those traps to make you get the question incorrect. And last but not least, I've got that rapport, passion, and grit to make you sustain, just to make sure that you can get through this hectic course of AP Biology throughout the year. So who should take AP Biology? I'll say there's no limit. There's definitely no limit. I saw a lot of humanities students also taking AP Biology, but definitely AP Biology is a recommended subject for those in pre-med, pre-dental, or any majors related to biomedical science or engineering, as it provides you those foundational knowledge that you need in order to succeed in college and understand what's going on. And generally, I see a lot of sophomores, oopsies, and juniors taking this course as a challenge course. This means that this might be the first year you're taking advanced placement courses and, high AP biology. It might be a challenging year. And I also highly recommend taking AP Biology for those taking any biology Olympiads. I think a lot of you are familiar with USA Biology Olympiad or USABO or the British one, British Biology Olympiad. So AP Biology provides you those foundational knowledge that you'll need in order to ace those exams. Although the biology course itself is not sufficient to get you through all those problems in those advanced Olympiads, it definitely serves as a foundational tool. And if you're engaged in any professional biomedical extracurricular activities, like let's say you're doing an internship or you have a summer program or summer camp that's just exclusively bio related, it's definitely recommended that you take AP Biology just to understand what's going on. So why is AP Biology so special? Indeed, AP Bio is considered as one of the most advanced biology course in most high schools. And interestingly, however, you can receive a 5 without any laboratory or hands-on experience. So this means that as long as you have that understanding of the concept and you sufficiently familiarized yourself to the practice problems, it's quite simple to get a 5. I wouldn't say it's simple, but I'm saying it's possible. However, at the same time, this means that there's a stark strikingly low percentage of students receiving a 5. I think this data is from 2019. Only 7.4 students landed on a 5, and around 20% of the students received a 4. I mean, according to the 2022 data, it seems like around 14% of the students landed on a 5, but the statistics generally do change year by year. So you can just understand that AP Bio is one of the most difficult exams that you come across in terms of, percentage of students getting a 5. Like, let's say for calculus BC, you'll see, let's say 40% of students getting a 5. And I'll explain what makes the percentage strikingly low later on. Then if that's the case, what makes AP Bio so difficult? Overall, the course pace is very fast. You have a year to cover 8 units. At the same time, you'll have to consume a lot of knowledge, and the content is very difficult, and the exam is difficult. So it's kind of worst combination where you have a fast and difficult course followed by a difficult exam. So does that mean receiving a 5 on AP Biology is impossible? Simple answer is a no. I would say, based on my understanding of the exam and the content, as long as you have the logical flow of the concept, meaning that you're able to connect the concepts that you learn and make it into a single story. Because if you're learning AP Biology, you're learning the foundational story of biology. So in the end of the year, you'll have to learn how biology interacts as a system. So as long as you get the story of this system of biology, and you go through a lot of practice problems, meaning that you go through those released MCQs and FRQs that are being published by the College Board, I highly recommend this practice of you using official resources. You'll be able to land on a 5. All right, so let's take a look at the course structure. So there's a total of 8 units, as I mentioned previously, and you'll see that exam weighting for each course differs a little bit. So some students make an interesting decision of, let's say, I cannot understand heredity, so I'm gonna give up. That's a worst practice in approaching AP Biology. So as I said, they all connect as a single story of how biology works as a system. But like, let's say you cannot understand heredity and you just skipped all the parts, you'll struggle to understand whatever that comes after, and you'll fail to associate these units with the previous units. So it's very important for you to get this holistic understanding of biology as a system. So never give up on a single unit. You'll try to at least understand all the topic as a whole. All right, so let's briefly talk about how this course is structured. So the first part of this video course series is the concept. So there are a total of 70 concept videos with review questions for each theme. And there's a total of 31 themes. So like, let's say theme 1, let's say it's about, I don't know, let's say it's about cell. Some videos might have multiple parts. That's why there's 31 themes, but there's 70 concept videos, because some themes tend to be more exhaustive and heavy in terms of the materials that must be covered. And I definitely go by the course and exam description, which is essentially the Bible for AP Biology teachers. and students as well. It's issued by the College Board. So the document essentially talks about what you need to know and how the exam will be structured. And there was a series of modification to AP Biology curriculum and the exam style in 2020. Um, so I make sure that all the contents that I teach, they're up to date with the trends of College Board. So there's this emphasis on major concepts and exam relevant details. Again, I think that relevance is very important so that you only know what you have to know, and efficiency. I don't want you spending the entire junior or sophomore year struggling on AP biology, and you'll be solving a lot of review questions, those that simply ask you to explain a few concepts or apply knowledge to something that actually resembles the AP exam. So you'll see a bunch of MCQ or the multiple choice questions and FRQ questions that will just allow you to bring the logical understanding of biology as a system. In the next part of this video course series is drilling the MCQ. So I'll be explaining a bunch of strategies and approaches to solving MCQ sets, and there will be a lot of videos covering answers and explanations for the MCQ sets. I'm expecting to publish 8 themes, so which means that I'm going to cover 8 MCQ sets, and that is expected to cover 48 videos. And the last part would be FRQ. I think FRQ, or the free response question, is the most important part in AP biology, as it requires you to present a holistic understanding of AP biology, and it depends on how you word or explain something. You might get points off, or let's say missing a single word in your explanation. So I'll be definitely talking about the strategies and approaches to solving a bunch of FRQ sets, and for the answers and explanations as well, I will be providing you some detailed guideline of how to ace the MCQ section. And I'm going to use the most recent released sets for the FRQ issued by College Board. So I'm planning to cover 8 themes, which means that there will be a total of 8 sets that will cover 48 videos. Okay. So how will this course operate? So I'll be offering note-based iPad recorded lecture video that portrays confidence and expertise. So as you can see, I'll be primarily annotating a lot of notes, and definitely all these annotated notes can be accessed via Peer Tutoring Club website. I'll be uploading everything there. And again, I'm offering a course and exam description based guideline of what must be learned to what extent. So let's say there's content A, B, C, and D. Very likely, let's say you might not even have to learn B to master AP biology. But like, let's say you'll still have to learn A, C, and D. But to what extent should you learn this? How in depth should you go? So I'll be providing a detailed guideline of how this should work. So the characteristic of this course is that it's a integration of sources. As you can see, I'm using textbook Campbell Biology, which is the standard textbook for teaching AP biology, as well as the course and exam description. And primarily, I'm utilizing College Board released MCQ and FRQ sets to design the questions, and I'm using a bunch of other prep books for reference. So let's think about it. So I have the teaching guideline understood, as well as the textbook references and the past exams, which means that I'll be providing you with exam relevant lecture notes and practice question and mock exams that actually will help you. Helpful. Okay. So this course will be highly recommended to those preparing AP Biology exam in May, and I highly recommend that you begin learning at least from August. Because again, AP Bio is a very difficult and fast-paced course. So it's very important that you have enough time to understand and consume everything. And again, I highly recommend this to those just trying to manage their GPA for regular honors and AP biology courses, and those preparing for those Olympiads and extracurriculars as well. So this is a very versatile course. So just a few final notes. So you can definitely use this for any biology courses you're taking at school, but just expect that for regular and honors, there might be some content that might be in-depth compared to AP biology course. But again, if you're running a 10K marathon, it's always better to pace yourself and practice yourself 20-kilometer, right? So by going hardcore, you'll be able to understand biology and get yourself prepared to take the AP biology in the following years if you enjoy it. And definitely, I mentioned that you do not need any laboratory experience or hands-on experience pertaining to biology to master this course. So if you're taking exam only without taking the class, you also can utilize this course. This is actually my case. I only took AP biology exam only. I did not take any class at school. So hopefully this also provides you with some rapport. And definitely, well, this is a quite dangerous remark to make. And I want to make a few adjustments to my to the way I worded this. So generally, it is assumed that US and international exams, they have a similar difficulty. Sometimes they do have difficulty differences, but that will be mitigated by the curve. I'll be explaining this later on of how curving for AP biology works. And based on my recent observation of how College Board goes with their exam, I do think that late exams, they tend to be more difficult than the standard exam. So if you can, I highly recommend taking the standard exam. Okay, so disregard my claim. Actually, this file was created a while ago, so might not be super relevant. All right, so are you ready? It's very important that you stay confident and conscientious throughout the course, meaning that you take notes, you solve problems. In the end, you should have that moral integrity, I'll say, to go through this course with me. I will definitely teach you the concepts and techniques you'll need to get a high five, as you can see. High five. High five. I'll definitely teach with all the things that you'll need. So just make sure to have that moral integrity so that we all can get this high five. All right. So that is end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in that next video, part 1, part 2, exam introduction. Thank you.